Sir Ronald, bago natin pag-usapan ito mga kababalaghan sa ating bayan, not to mention, oy, medyo may drama, may pinost din ako yung wine ni Jesus Escudero, kinuha lang ni First Lady, Gal Pop. Bago natin pag-usapan yan, may cameo pa yung British Ambassador si Lord immediately sa likod. But anyway, bago natin pag-usapan, let's get a little bit senti, Sir Ronald. So obviously Independence Day natin ng isang araw lang. Just went yung Chinese premiere ay dumating dito. Actually, it's just in a hotel 2 blocks from me. At kanina may mga protest pro-China protest, counter-China protest. But anyway, so I'm just saying, hindi lang puro mga baka and vineyards dito. Medyo may syudad, everything dito sa New Zealand. I mean, bago natin pag-usapan yung ating bayan, nag bakit ganun, Ronald? Ikaw kasi European ka eh. Nordic ka eh. Parati ka na sa Europe.
Old
Pansin,
soul. I'm an old soul. Huh? I'm an
kaya
old
ka na
soul.
naman eh. Hindi eh, baligtad. Yung soul mo pang Trump eh. Pero yung ano mo, yung taste mo, caviar. Kaya medyo social. Sir Ronald, pansin ko dito kahit anong kain mo, regardless, steady lang yung weight mo. Kahit nagre-rice ako minsan, kasi minsan lang may rice pag sa mga puting bansa, di ba? Kanina rice ako ng rice. Pagkasing ko, napaka-light ko pa rin, di ba? Kaya hindi na ako nag-dinner at all eh. Parang ganda na.
Well, my weight is yung weight ko ng college.
Oo
It
nga, ba,
hasn't changed.
napansin ng mami ko sa doon.
150.
Sabi niya, aba, napaka-fit, napaka-payat ni Sir Ronald. Puro mga flat tummy boys tayo dito. Pero Sir Ronald, I don't know how you do it. Pero sa Pilipinas, nahihirapan ako. Kasi kumain lang ako ng rice once a day lang. Bloated na ako kaagad. Pero sa abroad, hindi. Nakaka-depress kasi parang, is there something wrong dun sa ating, marami bang mga GMO, mga artificiality? Kasi dito lahat organic at bawal magdala ka ng mga pagkain or anything dito. Dadaan ka talaga sa biosecurity eh. Mas strict pa daw sila dito kaysa Australia. Base sa experience ko sa yung mga pagkain nyo sa airport.
Grabe ang dyan.
Oo.
Grabe dyan. Nung pumunta ako dyan, talagang lahat ng luggage mo, lahat ng hand
Yes,
carry,
nalabas sila.
check yan. May kaunti kang pagkain, tapon. Walang lulusot na pagkain dyan.
Walang
Walang
lulusot.
lulusot.
Tapos
Talagang
$400.
well-protected
Oo,
yung
$400
agriculture
yung
dyan.
penalty.
Kung sa atin, least protected, dyan, most protected ang agriculture.
Yeah.
Ibang-iba dyan.
Actually, that's a very good point. At kausap ko yung mga Pilipino din dito kasi dumaan muna ako sa Christchurch eh, bago mag-Wellington and Auckland. And obviously,
Oo.
Christchurch, of course, daming trauma, yung earthquake, yung hate crimes. So dumaan din ako doon sa mosque, pumunta ako doon sa Transitional Catholic Church din nila. I paid respect. So yung Filipino community pala helped a lot in the reconstruction of the city and they're doing very well there. And then, kausap ko yung iba, sabi nila, alam mo, yung pagkain dito, kahit hindi mo lalagay ng mga sauce, curry, whatever yung ginagawa natin sa Asias, sa sobrang ganda ng kalidad ng kanilang pagkain.
Malasa.
Malasa, tapos busog ka na kagad, Ronald. I mean, so nag-steak lang.
Fresh.
Man, as in, kalahati lang ng beef, busog na ako. Ayoko na, sabi ko, okay na ako. I can go home. Ganun pala ang buhay ng mga first world country. Bakit hindi
Ganda
ganun
ng
sa
quality.
US?
Kaso mataas ang kwan dyan. Standard of living. Mahal ang mga bilihin dyan. No?
Mahal
Kumpara
din.
sa Australia. Kumpara sa
Yes,
Australia, mas mahal dyan.
mas mahal dyan. But the quality of life is way higher than the US or even many
Yeah,
European countries.
definitely.
Sobrang
Definitely.
taas ng quality ng life dito sa kanila. Kaya
Saka
hindi ako,
yung social protection. Social protection is very high there. No? Pero
yeah.
you haven't been to New Zealand kung hindi mo napuntahan yung Lord of the Rings. Yun ang
Mm,
dapat mo puntahan. The Lord of the Rings. No? Ha? The best.
yun ako.
O yan ang the best. Ha?
Punta
Parehas,
ko dun sa
I have,
Weta Studio. Oo.
I have a collection.
Yeah.
I have a collection of Lord of the Rings. Ha?
Siyempre, I mean,
Oh,
obviously, there's the Catholic
oh,
eschatology and everything going on there.
oh.
It's very,
Idol ko si Gimli.
uh,
Idol ko si Gimli. No?
Sir Ronald, obviously, so that's the background. But in fairness naman, I did, marami din tayo nakausap dito. Of course, ang New Zealand, tingin natin sa kanila yung mga, paradise and all of that. Pero marami rin silang problema katulad mga Nordic countries.
Oh,
So,
okay.
cost of living, minention mo yan. Apparently, 2 years ago para dito, meron din silang parang January 16 yung na-occupy parliament nila. So, I was just walking around buong parliament daw. So, marami daw mga QAnon yung mga alt-right na imported sa Amerika, Australia, yung mga ganun, mga wacko stuff. Kaya naparesign si Jacinda Ardern. At alam ko naman si Jacinda Ardern, malapit din sa puso niyo. Especially marami siyang mga kaibigan sa Akbayan Party na office. I wondered how bad it was and apparently grabe pala yung ginawa sa kanya. No? Now, yung bagong prime minister nila ngayon, dati palang Unilever chief sa Manila. So, ang tagal pala nung panahon na, I think 25 times na siya nag-Manila throughout the years. So, sobrang beshi-beshi chummy sila ni Marcos. But I want to talk about this, Sir Ronald. Obviously, Independence Day natin nung isang araw. Siyempre, sayang-saya tayo. I was very happy na I was giving some talks also on the Philippines just on that
Punta
day.
ka ba sa embassy dyan?
Embassy kasi
Di
sa
ba?
nasa Auckland po kasi yung iba eh.
Ah,
Sila Auckland. Yung Wellington, dumaan naman yung embassy sa Tokyo. Although not the ambassador pa dahil ang dami nilang ginagawa yata dahil obviously busy sila sa Independence Day. But I hope to catch up with them. Baka sa Pilipinas na lang or something. But Sir Arnold, I mean,
Napasenti din ako ng konti nung Independence Day kasi
obviously, may mga nagtanong pa ng mga Amerikano dun sa talks ko. And I had to remind them na hindi na ito yung Pilipinas ng 1970s, 80s na pwede mo lang gaganin. Hindi tayo na satellite state. I had to remind the world na hindi na tayo pitsugin na bansa. If very polite naman yung mga in fairness na nagtanong. Mas maganda pang itanong yung mga taga-US Embassy pa ng often. But anyway, the thing kasi is, I mean, obviously, independence natin was given to us under very, let's just say, shady circumstances in a sense na binomba-bomba ng mga Amerikanong Manila, sinira-sira nila. Kaya I recommend yung book na Rampage by this Pulitzer nominee historian, si Scott, no? Fantastic book. And then binigyan lang tayo ng independence and everything like that. So for a while, siguro, maybe it's the UP in me and all. I was wondering like, the true independence we were winning in 1890s pa eh. So the independence that was given to us by Americans parang iba. And I want to add to this a little bit, Ronald, before we get a little bit more senti, in a sense that dito sa New Zealand, pag pumunta ka sa government offices, kasi nakausap ko yung mga representatives from foreign ministry, prime minister's office, ganyan. Bago sila magsimula ng any meeting, prayer sila dun sa Maori language, di ba? Yung greetings, ganun. So there's this recognition of the dark past dito laban dun sa mga indigenous people and all of that. And then I wonder pagdating sa Pilipinas, the Americans do not even recognize that we were a former colony of them. They always talk about bond of history, blah, blah, which 40 years of that was stealing our revolution away from us and imposing colonialism on us. So, I don't know, ikaw, anong basa mo sa independence natin considering yun yung circumstances under which we became a sovereign state, at least officially?
well, actually, we're on the verge of winning, di ba, against the Spaniards. We have practically won when the Americans came and bought the Philippines from the Spaniards. Kaya nga merong Paris Treaty ng 1898 at kinorek yun noong 1900 Washington Treaty. So it was an exchange. It was a transaction. No? Parang nakalimutan yung ating revolusyon. And nung inabutan tayo ng Amerika, it was the beginning of the white man's burden. Diba? Yan yung simula ng kanilang lessons in empire. Diba? Ang dalawang pinanggalingan ng kanilang on-the-job training as an imperial power was Cuba and the Philippines. Diba? Kaya mismo sila Mark Twain, binabanatan yung kanilang sariling gobyerno at that time. Diba? Dahil nakita nila, this is the start of the American Empire. This is the start of foreign subjugation. Kaya yung ilang mga sensitive writers sa US ay binanatan nila. Mismo yung sarili nilang gobyerno. Ang tawag nga nila dyan, in time of hesitation. No? Nung panahon na yung mga American intellectuals were hesitating what to make of nitong ganitong klaseng beginnings of empire, ay may ilang mga intellectuals like Mark Twain na tumayo at kinondem yung atake sa atin ng sarili nilang gobyerno. No? Magaganda yung nabasa ko yung mga writings ni Mark Twain about the Philippines. No? Pero sabi ko nga, at the same time, yan na yung Teddy Roosevelt dictum na carry a big stick and walk silently, di ba? Yan yung mga simula.
Talk softly, but carry big stick, yeah.
Yan na yung mga simula ng gunboat diplomacy. Yan na yung simula ng white man's burden, no? Na to spread democracy. At tayo yung mga nauna na in-spread yung democracy together with Cuba. Di ba? Yan yun eh. Kaya talagang medyo may mga question mark
It's
yung legacy
quotation.
na.
I mean, exactly. So hindi ko may sisisi yung mga ibang kababayan natin or ibang makapili na kababayan natin na ginagamit itong circumstances ng ating official independence and they raise question marks, diba? To obviously to paint the West as the ultimate evil, blah blah blah, right? Nevertheless, kasi ako ang argument ko, Sir Ronald, is that siyempre, ngayon as we become a richer country, no, as we become an upper middle income country, as we become a middle power country, at of course ako in my own little way, I feel the kind of respect and recognition the Philippines is getting, you know. Why would all these countries bother to invite someone like me, aside from the fact that of course I'm an amazingly nice person, diba? It's because they're also curious about the Philippines, what we want to do, what is the direction of the wind, how can they build relationship with the Philippines, fortify that relationship, etc. Do you think that this century could be a chance for us to have a more, I don't know, substantive assumption of a sort of independence? Because independence is not just what you write on the paper. No, hindi lang yung membership mo sa UN. It's about whether you can protect your core interests, whether you're not super dependent on another country, right? Whether you have dignity and a sense of self, diba, on the global stage. And I feel those things are coming together even if ganang kapalpak yung politika natin, ganang kagrabe yung corruption. And diba pinag-usapan natin, pati mga India, Indonesia, na medyo mahirap din na bansa katulad natin, they're also, as they rise up, they're having that sense of themselves. Not to mention Vietnam, of course, yung paborito natin bansa. How do you read that, Ronald? Do you think I'm being a little bit unrealistic here, or I'm just hyping up too much because, you know, I'm giving all these talks all around the world? Correct me if I'm wrong, yeah.
Well, in one sense, may scaling up tayo in terms of the image of our nation and our leader sa mundo, no? Siyempre, nakatulong dyan na after Duterte, you can no longer go that low. So, there's nowhere to go but up. Nakatulong yon. Pero at the same time, yung shift sa ating foreign policy helped a lot. Yung ating victory sa UNCLOS, which was not the victory of the previous government or even the present government, kung hindi yung Aquino government, also helped a lot. Di ba? Yung ating UNCLOS victory, which we will celebrate next month, ay malaki yung tulong dun sa pag-build ng ating image around the world that we stood up against the second most powerful country in the world, the biggest armed forces in the world, the biggest navy in the world, no? The biggest submarine fleet in the world. So, kumbaga hindi tayo push over. At nagsimula yan, nung Aquino government, medyo nag-retreat no Duterte government at nag-advance na naman ngayong Marcos government. Pero it didn't start with Marcos. It started with Aquino. At hindi lang dahil naging bahagi ako ng Aquino government, no? Dahil bahagi yan ng kasaysayan.
May kulanong salita na ang ibig sabihin dito ay ang pagkakaisa.
Bunyog Party List.
Halika na, Bunyog Party List ka na. Halika na, Bunyog Party List ka na.
Sa susunod, ang atinang suportahan, Bunyog Party List, nagtataguyod ng katotohanan, lumalaban para sa bayan.